Welcome, beautiful, to your holistic and cyclical approach to life and business. I'm Leticia Ringe, and today we're diving into all things feminine energy. I'm so excited to dive into this beautiful topic with you all. We will be talking about how feminine energy is different to what we perceive as feminine. We'll also be talking through how you can know if you're out of balance with your feminine energy. I'll also take you through ways that you can express your feminine energy in a beautiful, healthy way, and also ways that you can start to connect with your feminine energy today. So first things first, if you're watching this video, my guess is that now, or at least some point in the past, you have considered yourself to be in touch with your feminine side. You might have even described yourself, like I did, as a feminine person, or in my case, a feminine woman. I loved all the floral dresses. I loved wearing my hair in beautiful hairdos. I loved getting my nails done. I loved pink and I love accessorizing. I love supporting other people. I love nurturing others, looking after people. And so these qualities are what I believed once upon a time to mean that I was a feminine woman. Now, what I've discovered throughout my work as a teacher of feminine energy, and first and foremost a student of feminine energy, is that these qualities or perceptions of what feminine is were actually coming from traditional stereotypes on gender roles, on what a woman should be like, rather than what our feminine energy actually is. And this is because when we talk about feminine energy, we're actually talking about something entirely different. It has been given the label feminine because it is connected to those traditional stereotypes in some ways, but it's really used to describe a source of energy and power that we all have within us that works in a very different way to our opposite or just different energy that we all have access to and feel probably more connected to, which is our masculine energy. Now, the reason that we can feel more connected to our masculine energy is that it's really operating the same way for everyone. It's about our output. It's about doing. So it's about the things that we can see. Whereas our feminine energy is all about the input. It's about our inner world. It's about our body, our heart, our soul. It's about the things that we can't see. And rather than what we give or what we put out into the world, it's about what we receive. And as you'll come to discover when you start to learn about masculine and feminine energy, we need both of these beautiful energies to create anything. And when we talk about creation, we're talking about everything in life. Every single thing that you do, every single experience that you have, every moment of every day, you are creating something. And in order to do that, it relies on drawing on both your masculine and your feminine energy. But the chances are that for you, like most people that I meet and work with, you know what masculine energy is. You might have struggles tapping into your masculine energy, that doing energy. But often the problem comes through not understanding and being connected to our feminine energy in an authentic and healthy way. So here are some examples of how you might know that you're out of balance with your feminine energy. The first is that you might feel burned out. This is something that I once had a major episode with. Back in the day when I was a lawyer, I would go into work every single day, Monday to Friday, and I would work long hours, and I would, over a sustained period of time of doing that, led me to feeling burned out. And eventually my body, which was trying to scream for me to stop burning myself out, got my attention. And so I literally was burned out. I'd lost all of my energy. I couldn't show up and do the day-to-day things that I normally could do because I had depleted all of my energy. Now, this is a result of too much output, not enough input. So we don't have these beautiful energies in balance. Now, another way that you might feel out of balance with your feminine energy is if you feel you're connected with your emotions, however, you notice that you are responding to your emotions in a way that isn't healthy for you. Now, what I mean by this is, instead of dealing with your emotions as they arise and experiencing them, feeling them, learning from them, you might ignore them, so repress them, and then use buffering tendencies, which just means doing things like shopping, overeating, drinking, all of the things we do to escape or numb out on our emotions. Or you might respond too much to your emotions, where you feel like you're just an emotional roller coaster all the time, and you feel like you just, they take over you, so you don't have control of yourself because you're responding to your emotions. And to be honest, this is where I was. I really just responded to all of my emotions and I didn't understand them. And by doing that, I wasn't learning how to really experience them either. So it was almost another way to ignore my emotions and not take responsibility for my life and my emotional health. Another way you might feel disconnected from your feminine energy is if you feel out of alignment, you feel like you aren't in alignment with your purpose, or you feel disconnected from your physical body. Now, this is because feminine energy includes our connection to our body, to our heart, our soul, our intuition, and this is how we connect to our purpose. Now, the reason for this is that our masculine energy is all about our mind and our ability to think. It's about our output, whereas our feminine energy is about our input. It's about what we receive. And what we receive through our body, through our emotions, through our heart, soul, our intuition, are those intuitive knowings, are those messages that seem to come from some higher all-knowing vantage point rather than where we are, which is usually at the level of the problem rather than the solutions. Now, the only way that we can start listening to and hearing from our intuition, connecting with our body, connecting with our emotions, is to do the thing that our masculine focused energy tells us not to do. And that is to stop, to relax, to create space and listen. So rather than doing something else, ticking something else off the to-do list, going to see someone else to tell us what we need to do, it is about turning within and creating time and space to be with yourself. And that is really the most important part of feminine energy. It is all about being versus doing, which is our masculine energy. Now, another way you might feel disconnected from your feminine energy, or that characterizes an unhealthy expression of feminine energy, is if you classify yourself as a people pleaser. So feminine energy is about the community. It's about we rather than I, but it's also about an inward focus. So taking care of ourselves, filling up our body, taking care of our emotions, connecting to ourselves so that we can go within before we go without, serving and providing and giving to other people. So if you're a people pleaser, or if you're someone who finds that you give and give and give to others, but you don't prioritize yourself, that is not a healthy expression of feminine energy, because we always need to lead with our feminine energy, which means give ourselves the love, give ourselves the nurturing, start at home before we go out and provide to other people. And so that then creates a beautiful balance between our masculine and feminine energy. So what are healthy expressions of feminine energy then? Healthy expressions of feminine energy include our connection to our body, our connection to our heart, our soul, our intuition, our ability to receive ideas, our ability to receive that guidance, our ability to receive. So that includes receiving abundance, receiving support, our ability to trust and allow ourselves to be vulnerable, our ability to allow ourselves to take care of ourselves first and foremost, our ability to use our emotions and our wisdom from our body, from our cyclical wisdom as our guide. It's our ability to show up and care about the community and the we, and to nurture the community, while at the same time being able to nurture and care for ourselves first and foremost. Our feminine energy is such an important part of the creative cycle as a whole. You can't manifest anything, you can't create anything unless you're willing to also receive. Otherwise, you'll end up never feeling fulfilled, you won't complete projects, and you won't even ever be able to start the projects because you won't have that aligned inspiration in the first place. So what we always want to do is start with feminine energy and then use our masculine energy, which will then come from a place of inspiration, to go out there and create the things that we want to experience in this life. So here are some ways that you can start connecting with your feminine energy today. My first suggestion is to make sure that you spend time alone. This is so crucial to creating space in your life so that you're able to receive that inspiration, receive the support, receive the abundance, receive. We can only do that when we allow ourselves the time and space to simply be with ourselves, to create that place of alignment and rejuvenation for ourselves. The second suggestion I have for you is to create time to dance. Now, the reason that I choose this as a practice to help you connect with your feminine energy is because we're not just talking about dancing like another something to do to tick off the to-do list. What I mean here is to put on a song and allow your body to guide the way. Allow your body to move in the way it wants to. When you do this, this allows you to leave the mind and access the body and her wisdom. You will feel wonderful after a session honoring the way that your body wants to move today. The next way is to allow yourself time and space to journal. So even if you just sit down and you have your pen to paper, or you've got your computer with a document open, and you simply allow yourself to receive inspiration on what to write. So you just show up there with a blank piece of paper, a blank document with yourself at the ready to write, and you wait until you receive the inspiration. This is a really great way to access not only your intuition, but also get you into that practice of receiving. So we do this without censoring with the mind. We just write what comes through. And another way to connect with your feminine energy is to start engaging all of your 5 senses. Now, the reason that this is fabulous for invoking your feminine energy is because our feminine energy is all about that physical experience. So if you put on a beautiful candle, if you put on some beautiful music, if you wear something that feels so beautiful on your skin, if you eat something that tastes delicious, go through all of your senses and make sure they're all taken care of in one simple situation, and make sure that you tune in to each of your senses as you enjoy evoking them. This is a practice that helps you tap into sensuality, which is another aspect of feminine energy. And the last thing is meditation. Meditation is a wonderful way to help you get out of the mind and into your body, or into a state of receiving, and most importantly, being. So if you would love to start meditating, I have a whole range of guided meditations that you can enjoy, one of which is a heart-opening guided meditation, which I think will be so useful for you as you access the beautiful heart wisdom that is our feminine energy, to help you get out of your mind and into that beautiful, abundant, being, feminine state that we all have within us. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed learning some more about feminine energy, what some of the unhealthy or imbalanced expressions of feminine energy are, and what some of the authentic and healthy expressions of feminine energy are, and how you can start working with your feminine energy today.